All right. The stream should be live. Let's see if I can pull a link up here that I can share with my buddy. I think we're all set now. Sorry for the delay. So what we got going here is, let's go to Starport Services. Monitor. Earphone monitors. Cord is in the way. There we go. And I'll show you what let me show you what the mission board looks like. I take transportation missions for the most part, and I usually take these expansion date occurring. This little green bar here is it's a threat level indicator for the mission. In fact, this one is where I'm going right now, so let's pick this up. This tells me how much I earned for it. This is a threat level, and for starting out, I'd like to try and pick these dark green threat levels. When you click on it, you'll see threat level 0 up here. So you're less likely being messed with if that's what you're doing. And of course you can look at more of the details of everything. And let's accept that mission. While I was fooling around, some other missions popped up in here that weren't there when I looked earlier. I have 10 slots yet left. And I'm headed that way anyway. Threat level 1. I'm going to accept it anyway. Right up here it tells you your available cargo capacity. Oh shoot, you know what? I didn't pick up the load. And I have 10 of the 16 slots available. For some reason, I always keep thinking that means I've got 10 loaded, but that's how many is available. And the number of missions you can accept, and your jump range, and all that. I just accepted that cargo mission, but I didn't load stuff, so... Or did I? Oh, here we go. 10. Oh, source and return. I didn't want to do that. I don't want that mission. That's going to cost me. I'm going to hit the number 1 key. That takes me to the nav board and your missions and such. So I don't want this source and return. I'm going to select it. And I'm gonna abandon. I think I probably took a hit for doing that. But anyway. And I'm not going to take it. Nah, I'm not going to take anything else in there, so I guess I don't need to go back in here. But first, we have some short missions we're going to run. Or maybe one short mission. In fact, now that I think about it, there was several missions listed here. Expansion data cream. That's the long one. That one is close. And hip is kind of my playground there. So those are all close. They're all in the hip. Oh well, that one's not. E416. In the system sector C416, that last number is generally what I look at. Although that's what got me in trouble before, because I didn't see it was in a whole different system. See, that's HIP system 96726 over on the right or left hand side. Yeah, I just got used to looking for that HIP system. I wasn't even reading the number. This one, the mission I picked up was HIP 96726. That's the reason I picked it up so easily, because I thought, oh, that's where I always go. So let's go to. In fact, let's show you how to get there. I got a hotkey for this, but you can get, here's your galaxy map and your system map. So let's go to galaxy map. And, oh, I'm in the HIP system right now. So let's look at this. Different sector, different sector. Data currying, data currying. So it's just this one that we're looking at. You exit from down here. And system map. Let's look in the system. You zoom out and zoom in. But you can see these little blue markers with a globe in it. That's showing you where you have mission things to be accomplished at. So that's in Elysium. That's kind of my home base. So I just selected that. We're going to make a run there real quick. After you select something, it will show up in your... see that little downward triangle there is where I'm at right now. And if you scroll, because I have that mission selected, it's going to show me in blue. That's where I'm headed next. So let's get rolling here. Let's do a launch. Forgot to look to check my fuel, but it's a short bounce over there anyway, so I can buy fuel at Elysium if
ship released. Engines engaged.
If need be. I think I got that mix a little high on my. All right, so let's go up.
Landing gear retracted.
Retract the landing gear. I guess I should slow down a little bit for anybody just watching. So, see where it says, I have my central nav screen there, radar. See where it says 21%? And right to the left of it is a little circle with a blue circle inside of it. An orange circle with a blue circle inside of it. That blue circle is empty. That blue circle is the target for where I need to be pointed at. And when it's empty, that means I am pointing away from it. So I am going to put it in the top half of my radar screen, by rolling. See how if I roll around, it can roll into the different quadrants of that small radar screen. And now I'm gonna move, whoops, I just turned my throttle up a little bit. I'm gonna move my nose up and just keep going up. I'm doing this slow so you can watch. Normally I do this a lot faster. Once you get used to it, well, it's really fast. And that's Elysium. That's where I'm going, but it's not this planet. This planet just happens to be right in between me and Elysium. So I need to go around this planet. Now, I could do this. Actually, I could go down below and do it this way. But even at full throttle, it's gonna take a while. See, you can see the curve of that planet, how far behind it is. Oh, the other thing that tells me it's behind that planet is that it's a dashed line around the target. The circle's made up of dashes. I don't want to point at that planet too long while I'm moving forward. So we want to remove ourselves from that planet, or remove that planet from the line of our target, I guess is the best way to say it. So we need to kind of go sideways, and we need to go faster than what our just normal little thruster engines can drive us. So I'm going to engage what is called Super Cruise. And I think if normally you hit J for that.
Drive charging.
Yeah, the frame shift. It is going to take it.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Now I'm in what they call Super Cruise. You see those lines traveling down the right and left side like you're running through the forest, if you all remember the old joke. That's a good indicator that you're in Super Cruise. I can move around in here just like in any other. It's just, if you look at the speed, which on my console radar is to the upper right section of the radar, you can see it's going a lot faster. So now I'm going to look back at that target, the small targeting reticule I was showing you early. See how it's back to having a hollow blue circle in it. I'm going to move that up. I'm going to roll to move that to the top. We're going to look again. Let's see. There it is. So we've got out from behind that planet now. We can see Elysium. And this base is in the same system as what we need to be in. So you can see the distance there, 2,100 plus in light seconds. Light seconds is a lot shorter than light years, so if it's in light seconds, Super Cruise is generally going to get you there. And that clock below it is telling you about how much longer you have to get there. You can hear, I don't know, it sounds like the engines work harder and they work less. That has to do with gravitational influence and stuff around you. There's down where your speed is, down below, there's a blue line. I'll throttle down here a little bit just so you see beside the radar screen that blue line moving up and down. The one moving up and down right now is what I'm set at. The blue markers beside it are kind of indicating to you where you should be at for approaching your target. Up in the screen, whoop, it just went below 7 seconds. There's kind of what people call the 7-second rule. If you're going, if you're traveling towards your target and that gets down to 7 seconds, you kind of need to slow down. Right now it's at 8. And that kind of lines up with that blue indicator I was telling you down lower on the screen. If you keep it in that blue indicator, moving around inside of there, you're not as likely to overshoot the target. Because if you come at the target, the port in this case, where we're going, if you come at it too fast, you'll overshoot it. And in this particular case, there's a planet right behind it. So we definitely don't want to overshoot that. Whoops, I just turned the throttle down. Just for ease of where you're able to see it a little better, I'm going to fly out sideways here so we can get that planet from where it's not directly behind where we're going. Oh, well, that didn't help too much. Now it's really behind where I went the wrong way. It's on the opposite side of the planet, it looks like. It must have just went... It must have been entering the far orbit. Alright, so... Notice my little yellow mark I can move around. I'm keeping it up above right now because I don't want to accidentally go into the planet's atmosphere as I'm headed to where I want to go. So I'm giving wide berth to this planet right here. There's a lot to take in, I know. This is the reason I was telling one of my friends that I didn't think about this at the time, but I should have told him. It's like teaching somebody to blow glass, you know. You can show them all the facts and data and even watching a video of it. It's one thing. It's all different when you start trying to blow glass, because the glass is melting, it's dripping, everything's in motion, everything's going on. So even if you're armed with the knowledge, everything's moving so much. It's not as easy to learn at the beginning parts as what you might, or what it might seem like it's going to be. You sit down and you just feel confused sometimes. And I'm about to add to that because I'm going to show you another part of the screen. On the far right hand side of the screen, we've got, and in the lower corner, you've got where it says heat sink, and then below that Elysium, distance, speed, alignment. The heat sink is part of your heads up display, so don't worry about that. But that other little panel in the corner there where it says Elysium, that tells you where you're going. And it's kind of like the close in thing. When you get close in, it shows you those blue marks. We're in approach speed right now. It's going to take us, according to the heads up display, 2 minutes and 24 seconds to get there. That's if I stay at this speed. But that speed indicator, the blue marks kind of indicate, they kind of line up with the blue marks on your radar beside your throttle. They're kind of indicating in the same way. It's just that speed indicator over there is a lot better when you get in close. So you can so you're not going so fast that you overshoot it. It's a little better indicator for that in particular. And also the distance indicator. Remember, I told you we were in Super Cruise before. As you can see by the little trees flying by you. Well, you don't want to be like the old joke, be the one that gets smacked in the forehead when you hit the tree right in front of you. So that distance indicator kind of shows where that tree right in front of you is. When it gets into the blue lines, that means you need to be able to drop out of Super Cruise. To drop out of Super Cruise, you're going to use the J key. But if you're flying, this is the reason that speed indicator is important, because if you're flying super fast towards the target, the J, that dropout window, is gonna go by so fast you're not gonna be able to drop out. And there's also a safety factor to it also. If you're going too fast and you hit the J key to drop out, it will damage your ship. So those indicators in the lower left-hand side are just kind of lining you up to have a good entry into the station. And with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and make my normal approach in how I do things, just to show you how I do it. I'm gonna speed up a little bit here, but what you can do is take this and rewind it. Take this video and rewind through that section, and you'll have see there's the J popping up, the exit Super Cruise. So we're gonna hit J, and there's the station. On this kind of station, this is a handy thing. If you look at between your your targeting destination that we were just using to line up dropping on a Super Cruise and your nav screen, you'll see a picture of the station, or a visual representation of it. Well, that is relative to your ship. So as I move my ship, point it in different directions, well, that representation changes also. So when I look at it like that, see how it kind of matches what I'm looking out my window. It's not real helpful for much, but something I've been looking at. I'm thinking it could be helpful if I understood it better, but at this point I haven't wired it into my brain how to look at that and tell me exactly what I need, or anything super helpful. So we just came inside of 7.5 kilometers, as you can tell either by your heads-up display or in the lower right-hand corner, or lower left-hand corner. I don't know right from left. Lower left-hand corner on that targeting information, it shows you your distance too. So we need to go into the nav computer, and we need to bounce over. I'm using the Q and the E to move around the tabs in this panel, and then I use the D arrow, or you can use the W and the D to W and S to move up and down. And I'm going to use the, what is that? I don't even know. What is it? A and D, I guess, to move right and left. But I need to request docking.
Request approved. Set down on landing pad 19er.
But you can only request that inside of 7.5 kilometers. So you have to get that close to request it. But now, just above my little radar screen and below the heads-up display, you can see it's landing pad 19. And on this particular make and model of station,
5,000 meters from touchdown.
On this particular make and model of station, the entry point is in this end of it, near this big old gravity wheel. This end of it is open, so I'm gonna boost out here. I'm also speeding on the lower right hand side. You can see where it says I'm speeding. I got a ticket for that one time, but I speed all the time, and I don't know, evidently it's not very well enforced. All I'm doing is kind of heading away from the station a little bit so I can line up from further out so you can see it better. Now I'll slow down to where I'm not speeding anymore. I lied before. I said I was going to do this the way I usually do it, and I'm not, because I'm just explaining things as I go through. I'm slowing it down a lot for you so you get the idea. You're going to see a lot of this anyway on the long trip I plan on recording. That's somebody, probably the authorities, scanning my ship. I need to get lined up here. the station's rotating, so you need to be comfortable with using your roll keys. Your roll keys are your most maneuverable keys. What am I? Landing pad 19. Where are you at? Oh, there you are. And I have a preferred way of doing this because it just, to me, is the fastest way to do it. I'm getting close. I'm approaching it. I could have done this more standard, coming in like an airplane way, but this is woo, this is how I crash my ship.
Deploy landing.
The thing about this, if you come in this way, you can come in from any direction. You come in and put your nose down. You don't run into the pad like I did. But then you can use your roll keys to adjust to whatever position you need to be. And we're going to put the bottom of the ship towards us in the little indicator down there. We're going to pull the nose up. Kind of get our ship lined up right. Use the side thruster a bit. Back it up a little bit. Use it down. And there we're landed. Gonna refuel. Prepare. Stop. We're gonna go down. Gonna go to Starport Services. We're gonna do the mission board. In the mission board, completed missions. We're gonna select that mission. I don't know if I had a timing bonus on that. I probably lost it if I did. I was going so slow. Over on the right hand side, you'll see 33 credits bonus applied, 33,000 bonus applied. That was because I got it in within a certain time frame that they give it to me. Being a lot of times the bonuses are bigger than what the actual job value was, so that's the reason I'm really focused on being able to land quickly. I had intended to do my run like I would normally do, but where am I at? I'm on Elysium. I'm in the hip, and I do have one more short hop. I'll show you on this next short hop. I'll do this in the way I normally do it, fast, so I probably won't talk too much. Notice these little globes. That means I'm headed to that station on another mission anyway. So those are good missions to pick up if I'm going there anyway and I got room for whatever's going on. But I just want to do data hurrying. And I don't want to tangle with I don't want to tangle with anybody. Data storage salvage is different than data currying, just so you know. Those take more time. They're fun. You're going out and picking up junk out that's left floating in space, and that's a lot of fun, but they just take a lot of time. I like doing them, but I'm trying to build my money up. Right now you can see I'm a millionaire today. Till I spend money on my ship again. I don't see, oh, here we go. These source and return missions, they got good pay also, but I rarely do them because they just take a lot more time. Surface level retrieval requires what they call it, SRV, SVR, something like that. SRV, surface retrieval vehicle. And I don't have one of I don't think I have one of those. No, I don't on this ship. I might on another ship. Expansion data currying. So there's nothing here I want really. I'm just trying to clear out these local jobs anyway. That I have on my personal board. I'll show you. I'll hit the 1 to go to this screen, and I move over to the nav tab. Whoops, transactions tab, and see how I move up and down. And I gotta find or what this was about. Ah, dang. I guess I better go pay that fine. Man, you got the law everywhere. So yeah, these 3 missions are all in 2 different places in one system, I think. Let's look. But Jewett Refinery in C416. C416, Jewett Refinery, and the same. So those are all 3 in the same place. Alright, so let's pay this fine. I knew I had a fine outstanding somewhere, but I wasn't sure where it was at. So this will be handy for you, too. If you have a fine that shows on your ship, you're like, oh, I've got this fine, but where can I pay it off at? Come into the mission, or the, whatever this thing is called. What do they call this? Starport Services. And go to Contact. And Administrative Contact, I think, is where you come in. And come down here to Fines. Huh. So maybe I'm going to have to pay that in a different system. That's the problem I was having before. I didn't really... Clan of Horus. Or Whores. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll get some kind of notifier when I'm in their territory again. So, let's set this mission. They're all 3 going to the same place. And I like to do it from this. This is a system map again. And I like to come over here, click on that. And you can see this is system C416. And C416 and C416. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you the exact station inside of C416, but they're all going to the same system. And I'd already looked on that other board and could tell, okay, they're all at the same station too. Because you can have multiple stations inside the same system. So, but this is where I'll choose that particular mission. Because I'm choosing that mission, it actually will light up the station when I arrive in that system. So I don't have to fiddle around with nav once I get in the system. Because the faster you can get away from the star. Sometimes there might be pirates waiting at the star as soon as you pop in to try and mess with you. So I try and get away from there as fast as I can. Try to be organized. So I should be set up as 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps, and it shows down here. So 4 jumps, and to me that's essentially local. I've been running in all these systems around here doing jobs. So let's get back to things. Let's do this the way I normally do it without me yammering on. And while it's getting ready, I get my fingers on the R key to rise horizontally.
Detach confirmed. Departure authorized.
And I already did the landing gear as I was rising up. Rise a little higher. Get our roll down. Speed's at 75. I can speed up a little bit. 99 is like the top speed for legal. I think 100 is where you start breaking the speed limit. Now I look at my small targeting screen, and I get the blue dot to the top. I line it up, and gosh dang it, it's on the opposite side again. All right, so I need to get into frame shift or Super Cruise. Lower left hand screen. Oh, okay, the mask locked. There was an indicator on the lower left hand mask locked. When you're mask locked, you can't enter Super Cruise, but once you get a distance away from the station, you can go back into Super Cruise. So,
Frame shift drive charging.
you can lock, or you can,
3, 2, 1, engage.
what do you call it? Map your keys for your controls. And it's handy for a lot of things. And one of the controls I mapped is to go into frame shift or Super Cruise without having to have a target. So that's what I just did there, because it was not letting me enter Super Cruise without having a target select, or without being able to see my target. My target was selected, but it was the other side of the planet, and you don't want to aim your ship at a planet and hit Super Cruise. So you need to be able, or I feel like if you want to play fast, you need to be able to do that. Now I'm lined up with my target. See how it says a light year out of his light seconds, I'd be Super Cruising there, but since it's a light year, I need to engage the frame shift drive, which is to line up and hit J again.
Frame shift drive charging.
Wait for it to do its thing.
4, 3, 2, 1,
And keep in mind, this next stop is not my destination. It's just a hop along the way. So I'm gonna come out close to the sun. Gonna pull my nose up so I don't fry myself.
fuel scooping.
I'm gonna look at my target reticule, the small one,
Scoop disengaged.
and get lined up again. Hopefully that target is not behind the sun. It was initially, but we're gonna get out away from it. And now we line it up and
Frame shift drive charging.
hit J to initiate the frame shift drive again to make another jump. And we're going to repeat the process for several jumps. I did that quick just to show you. It's frame shift canceled
Frame shift drive charging.
because it needs it. There's a bit of time where it needs to cool down. So if you try and go too quick, it's not going to let you. You need to let it cool off a little bit before you make the next jump. It's not too long, but that is a factor.
3, 2, fuel scooping. scoop disengaged.
You can read that fuel scoop thing. That's about, you can like circle around the sun to fill up, but fuel is cheap, so unless you're out in the system, unexplored systems, well, it's handy to have the fuel scoop when you need it, but
Frameshift drive charging.
but it's kind of a slow way unless you got a really good fuel scoop. But it's a good idea to have a fuel scoop because you could very easily land out of fuel somewhere if you're not planning stuff well.
3, 2, 1.
And this should be our, I think this is going to be our, what is it, C416, whatever we were.
Incoming mission critical message.
And this is always fun. I already know I'm going to Jewett Station. Jewett Refinery. So it's not that mission critical to me because I know what's going on, but let me hit the number 2 on the keyboard and you'll see there's 2 time bonuses up there. Oh shoot. I need to slow down. This station is so close to the star, you run up on it quick. Anyway, 7 minutes they want it in, and that one's 7 minutes also. That's the reason you need to get used to these control, using those number keys and your controls right there, because you'll have times when nothing much is going on and then all of a sudden you need to know those controls. You don't want to be thinking about, oh, how do I do this, how do I do that. And see how I'm keeping that clock in the heads-up display that says I'm 7 seconds away. If I were to run it up to 6, or it said, oh, I'm 6 seconds away, that kind of means I'm going to overshoot. You can also look in the lower left-hand corner again and see how my distance and speed is lining up. Very nicely, I'll hit the J to disengage Super Cruise. And these things are a pain. Man, I hate this kind of station.
Lincoln Tango India Napa. This is flight control. Please note that access to the station is by authorization only.
Because they rotate, and I have a hard time figuring out where the port way is on them, especially on a, so I'm gonna boost. You have a little boost. I'm not in Super Cruise now, so everything is with thrusters. And use my boost again. Because what I'm trying to find is that port, the entryway into the station. And because that cube looks kind of the same from all sides,
Scan detected.
and I got exactly the wrong side. I need to go to the other end of the rotation. That's the reason I hate these kind of stations. It's a good example, though.
Make way for oncoming traffic. Give priority to larger vessels.
Keep in mind, my clock is ticking for my 7 minutes. Ah, there we go. I found it. I'm getting better. I remember circling around one of these things forever, it seemed like. Oh, shoot.
Access granted. Set down on landing pad 29er.
Woo, that was a little tense. 29er. There you are. And because this is the
200 meters from touchdown.
gotta lower the landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Refuel.
Contact. Docking restraints engaged. Report to station services for more information, Commander.
That was a little more haphazard than I usually like. All right, so I beat the timer on these, and I'm going to show you. See, I'm going to click on this to accept it, but after I click on this for just a few seconds, it shows me some info on the right-hand side, which is right over here. And right around in this area, you're going to see something that says bonus achieved or whatever. Notice my job was 40,000, but I got it here in less than 7 minutes after I entered the system. So I should have earned a bonus. I think I got less than 7 minutes. Credits earned. Oh, I don't see it. Maybe I didn't get it here fast enough. Let's look. Oops. Oh, there was only 2 that had bonuses. I'm like all over the place. Yeah, there was only 2 of them, and I had 3 contracts here, so that's probably the reason that first one didn't show me anything. So let's look at this one. 30,000. Now, if you watch right in this area, you'll see how much I got on a bonus. What the heck? Oh, here we go. 45,000 applied bonus. Maybe I missed it on that last one. This also shows you your reputations with different people. Groups, that is. $45,000 bonus applied. And back. And I'm not looking for any more local missions because we're getting ready to go on the long jaunt. Which is dangerous because if you got cargo, you're a target. Okay, I need to look for the little globe indicator in here. If I had lots of time, which I do, but I don't really feel like doing it, I could try and figure out along the way other routes and drop stuff off, but I'm not going to mess with that. So, encrypted data storage, that's salvage, so I don't want salvage. Data currying, it's where I'm going. It's green, so the threat level's low. And it takes that off the board when you click it, so. It says green, it's already on the way, so let's accept that mission. By the way, those data currying, it doesn't take any of your cargo capacity. I still have 10 slots open in cargo. And I don't see anything else along that, well, at that destination. There could be other stuff along the line here, but I'm not going to sit there and try and figure that out because the computer is going to set the route for me, and because I don't even know how long it's going to be. Let's make sure something here. Oh, you know what? Let's look at one more thing, because in Starport Services, let's go to contacts. That fine thing is, huh? kind of bugging me. I'd like to get rid of it just because I don't want it coming back and biting me at an inconvenient time. Alright, so once again I use Q and E to change the tabs. Oh, I forgot I picked up 2 jobs. That's HIP 96726 on the left hand side there again. HIP 97. Oh, wait a second. Kiernan. Kiernan is inside this system. Oh man. See that drop-off system? It's down at the bottom there. HIP 64250. That's where I'm going. And I am in 96726. So evidently, I don't know, that must have been the reason these jobs showed up. So I guess I have one more short run inside the system, which kind of sucks. I was anxious to get going, but all right, let's get rolling. You got fuel. Let's launch. I'll do this one a little faster. This is the other thing about watching videos to learn. I want to do.
Ship restraints withdrawn. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
I want to do crap. So when I start watching somebody play, then I want to play. I don't have time to sit there and watch the whole video, it seems like. So, but hopefully this will go a little faster. All right. R is for raise. F is for fall. So we're going to raise. L is for landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Hit the landing gear immediately. Thrust forward. Try to keep it non-speeding inside of the station. I'm sure if you're going to get dinged for anything, it'd be blasting while you're in station. See that other ship? He's waiting to approach, or not waiting. He's actually going. So you have to watch out in those narrow corridors. Oh shoot! I was watching my radar, not where I was going. We need to go to Kiernan. Gonna do a little short thruster boost. Get out away from the station. See the mast lock, lower right hand corner. The blue indicator says mast locked. Just went out. You can't initiate frame shift while you're mast locked. So
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
alright. We're traveling now, so let's see if we can find the heck's going on here. Oh shoot. Oh, I got the lower left hand side. I still got the Jewett refinery targeted. I was in a hurry. So let's oh, I need system map. I have a hotkey for that also. Whoops. Where the heck am I going? Kiernan. Oh, man. That's back in the hip. Da, 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 da. Gosh dang it. That's a several hops. I'm ready to get going. No, we're not doing that. I'm going to take a hit. Hit. Are you kidding me? Get control of your fingers. All right, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Let's go to transactions, expansion. I shouldn't have took those. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking or not thinking. Abandon, confirm. All right, this is all we got left. And let's go to the star map on it. Now get this, man. Here is the deal. Why is this on here? Oh, that was the starting point. I picked them up there. That's the reason. Okay, that makes sense. Gonna hold that, and it's gonna plot a route. No route set, out of jump range. So I have never done anything like this before, and this is probably gonna be there we are. Let's move our map down, zoom out. This is probably stupid is as stupid does. Up. So we're going up there. So I tell you what. You know, constellation. Okay, that's what I was looking for. It's going right through there. Although I don't see my starting point. Oh, here we are. I'm having a horrible time trying to. What I'm trying to do is get them lined up where there's vaguely a straight line. But I don't know if that's going to work. So, tell you what. Maybe this ain't going to work. I keep accidentally clicking on something. Stuff. Anybody that knows what they're doing is going to be like, man, you need to go to Star Traveling 101. Empire. Low security. Anarchy. Anarchy. Population none. That's 28 chunks. Is this doable? Did I just drop this? I couldn't figure out how to drop the load though. Pardon. Double entendre there. Why would they throw a mission up that... Tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to the hip. Alright. Where's the hip? There we go. Man. When I'm in that map, I always want to hit escape to get out of the map. I need to map another key for exit because what is M? Oh, that's mode. Alright.
Frameshift drive charging.
Guess we should already set the destination. I don't know.
Ready to engage.
I'm confused now. Oops.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back and just dump this mission, because what I would like to do though
Fuel scooping.
is figure out how to
Frameshift drive charging.
get rid of the the cargo that I picked up, because I did this once before and then it was like I had stolen cargo.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
It's been quite a while back and I don't really remember how it all worked out, but I just remember I had stolen cargo and then I ended up having to sell it on the black market.
Fuel scooping.
And I've been working on building my reputation inside of this
Fuel
area.
scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So I'm not really trying to do illegal things.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
I should have adjusted my sound a long time ago. In my headset,
Fuel scooping.
it was kind of a pain. Oh, notice.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Let's turn over so you can see here. The radar map in the center. On the right hand side you have the speed at the top. On the left hand side, that's your heat. And let me get a little closer to the sun here. Wherever it's at. Oh, you know what? I'm going slow or fast. Let me slow down and dip in and watch the heat level go up.
Fuel scooping.
See, you can pick up fuel, but your heat is going to rise. And I really don't like getting that heat above 70, 75%. And you can see you kind of got to stay in the zone. I keep dropping the nose because I'm flying around the planet. You can slow your ship down. I don't know, I'm sure there's probably various different ways you could approach this, but this is just how I found out. Or if I was gonna have to get fuel and there was no stations around to buy it, I could do it this way. Up there or on the heads up you see heat and fuel, so you can watch that. And what I've found if I stay around in that 20 to 30 mark, in between that, I can refuel without taking too much heat. If I go over 30, well, it starts heating up. And if it starts dropping below 20, that means you're kind of moving away from the planet. Man, I must have established an orbit. I've never seen it that tight on a number. Since I'm not really worried about fuel here, let me turn my nose up a little bit.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah. Anyway, if I would have turned the nose up, you would have seen the rate of collecting fuel go down. So the further away you are, the less fuel you can. Oops, let me get on the right target. The less fuel you pick up. Closer you're to the sun, the more fuel you pick up, but also the more heat. So you got to kind of find the right line to walk there. And that is on the heads up, it shows it's a light year out. So if you're sitting here being stupid like me and you're like, why is it taking so long? Realize I'm in Super Cruise and I need to turn on the frame shift.
Frame shift drive charging.
Because it's light years out there, not light seconds. Super Cruise is for light seconds, and frame shift drive is for light years. Noticed I don't even have that little targeting reticule up to the upper left-hand side of my nav screen there. It's not there, so if you're looking for it, it's where my blue dot usually is to line up. That's because I don't have anything selected to line up to. So I'm gonna jump to my nav, and I should have a mission in Elysium. So I'll choose it and I go lock destination and we jump out, and now I have that little nav screen again there again. So I get my nose pointed toward the blue dot. Follow the blue dot. Watch my timing. It is 32, 31, 30, and dropping. And that gets down to about, actually I do it at about 8 seconds. They say you don't, if you goes under 7, you're probably gonna overshoot. So I just play it safe, and when it hits about 8 seconds, I drop the throttle down a bit. Doesn't have to go all the way. But at that point, then I just kind of start feathering it to try and keep it close to 7 or 8. Oops. Now this is, there's, for anybody that doesn't have the game, the tools are available. You don't have to mess with this stuff this finely. They have, what is it called? Auto cruise or something. And they have the landing tech, and it comes default with the ship, so it's not like you got to worry about it. The thing is it just it takes up slots for your tech, and I wanted to use those slots for other things. You only got so much room on your ship for stuff, and that tech that automates all that is evidently it's big. So once I got to where I could navigate pretty good and land pretty good, well, I said, all right, let's ditch those things and use and replace them, get something else. Like improving the shields a little bit or something. I don't even remember what I put in place of them now, but there's various upgrades. That's another part of the fun of this is your ship handles. There's our marker. There's Elysium. Let me show you how I normally do this. I boost.
Recon Tango, India Papa. Welcome to this independent station, Commander. Please fly safely during arrival and departure.
Oh, I'm almost it's a boost and a boost, and I am inside of my 7.5 kilometers. I go to request docking.
Landing permitted. Prep for arrival on landing pad 06.
And I am still speeding at 161 meters per second. I'm not going to rotate yet because the station is rotating, and
Scan detected.
maybe by the time I get there.
2,000 meters from touchdown.
It's a little too slow there. Oh, what am I at? Pad 6? Here's a good example. I'm coming in at a kind of an awkward angle. Now, I could just flip the ship right now, but what I like to do is come in, put the nose down. Now, I turn the ship right to angle, drop the landing gear, get level, and then F for fall.
Landing gear deployed.
Wasn't the prettiest. Sometimes
Contact clear to disembark. Report to station services for more information, Commander.
sometimes it comes out perfect, sometimes I gotta fiddle with it a bit. But that's the fastest way I've figured out how to land. In general, a lot of these did we even hit an open station? Most of the stations, I shouldn't say most. A good percentage of the stations I go to are not indoors like this. They're outdoors, and the landing pads, that is. And so you, let's do this. Shut off some of that background noise. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, most of the or a lot of those landing pads are outdoors, and when you show up, you can be coming in from any angle, and it doesn't matter which angle you're coming from, as long as you can find the pad, get to it, get your nose down in the center of it, and then you right your ship once you got the nose in the center of the deal. I want to look here and see if there's a way that I can ditch this mission. It won't let me take it off. So if I go to look at my missions, I can go in here and I can cancel a mission. And if I come back here, that probably cost me a bunch of money. And they don't like me now, I'm sure. Stand by. Maybe I glitched it out. Huh. crashed the server. Couldn't handle my fast flying. My fast landing. Well, I've had this happen once before, but it was in the middle of the night and they announced to me that there was something wrong with the server. Let me check my internet, maybe. Says it's connected. But, huh. So the internet's still connected. They must have a server problem. That kind of sucks. Well, I guess I'll just end it there and I'll have to figure out on my own. I'll leave you in suspense on whether I was able to legally back out of that mission or not. Very strange. All right. Well, hopefully you got some use out of this. I know it was long-winded. I don't know how long we've been on here. Does it tell? I kind of have done some streaming off and on, and I don't know exactly. Ah, there we go. Hour and 22 minutes it says, so. That's probably long enough anyway. So hopefully you get some use out of that. Catch you later.